How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome to arguably the coolest episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Drill. Why is this the coolest episode in the show? It's called The Drill. It's a big drill trying to tunnel its way through Ba Sing Se, and Aang's gotta stop it. That's it. What more do you need? You know, not everything has to be a fucking lesson in Eastern philosophy. Sometimes things could just be a big drill. Look, I don't know, maybe it's not the coolest episode. Maybe the Twin Dragons episode from season 3 is cooler. Or the episode where Aang and company are the ones to siege Ba Sing Se. But it's cool to me. I don't know why, but I have very vivid memories of me hyping up this episode back in like 5th grade to any unfortunate soul willing to listen to me. It's just sick. It feels like a big like boss battle event of an episode, and we're finally at it, so let's get to it. I saw some dork on TikTok trying to tell me that this drill wouldn't actually work in real life and doesn't actually make any mechanical sense. Shut up. Don't ruin this for me. Look, I get it. I love those kinds of videos. I love seeing people look at fictional moments or items or weapons and like apply a real world logic to them to see if they'd ever be plausible in real life. Not with this. Do it with anything else, but not the drill. Because 10-year-old me is looking at this big-ass drill right now and saying, "Oh man, a giant drill! What a great idea! This show's genius!" And you're over here trying to shit in his tacos. Don't shit in his tacos.
This drill is a feat of scientific ingenuity and raw destructive power.
I agree, and I won't hear a damn thing otherwise.
What about those muscly guys down there?
Definitely a bold strategy taking on this sandworm-sized drill by digging a bunch of trenches underneath it. I don't know if this is really the way I would have handled this situation.
We made it to Ba Sing Se and we're still not safe. No one is.
Hey, I know you just had a baby, but can we try and not make this all about you? You had your moment. Today doesn't belong to you anymore. Ugh, this drill is so bad for me specifically.
What are you people doing here? Civilians aren't allowed on the wall.
I'm the Avatar.
I'm surprised these guys didn't instantly try and blow Aang's head off with a rock. There is a drill the size of the Empire State Building coming to break down your wall, and you just noticed like 6 strangers have broken past your defenses. Maybe don't just like stand there and politely ask them questions, you know? That is such a crazy thing to just spontaneously happen to a tank. No one who steps foot inside of a tank ever expects to be in the sky before they leave the tank. I can't tell if that was scarier for the people in the tank that got thrown or the people in the tanks next to it. All right, men, full charge at— Holy shit, what happened to Gary? That dude literally just gave her a boost. Like, what was that rock supposed to do if not launch her into the air? This brings up another really interesting concept, which I also saw talked about in a TikTok, and I've also talked about in TikToks, which is the idea that the only thing that keeps Earthbenders from not being the most overpowered bending style is the fact that they constantly choose not to just bend the earth right beneath their opponent's feet. Which I agree with. Realistically, every Earthbender should start every fight by bending the ground beneath their opponent's feet and then crushing their ankles. But this kind of solves that balance problem, because if you look closely, you can see that he kind of has to like send the rock underground towards Dai Li so she can like actually see that it's coming at her, kind of like a ground torpedo. The problem is that not all earthbending consistently works like this. There are moments where we see earthbenders move the ground underneath somebody else's feet without it being telegraphed, without that dirt trail between the bender and the opponent. I think they should retcon earthbending to make this an actual rule of the power. That way it's fair. Otherwise, no fire, water, or earthbender is beating an earthbender in a fight, because you can just move the ground underneath the opponent. And in terms of a fight between 2 earthbenders, the winner is just the first one to pull that move off.
Why are you all looking at me?
You're the idea guy.
So I'm the only one who can ever come up with a plan? That's a lot of pressure.
Sokka, this is a huge honor. Most of the time, none of these people even want to talk to you. Most of the time, none of these people even really consider you to be alive.
You're pretty easy on the eyes yourself, handsome.
She's wild for that cat noise. This lady is down to clown for Iroh. If she likes him now, wait until she sees him with his Season 3 gains.
Two girls ambushed us. One of them hit me with a bunch of quick jabs, and suddenly I couldn't earthbend, and I could barely move.
I'm surprised this dude's so ready to admit that his entire platoon was taken down by two 14-year-old girls. What happened to you? I don't really know. It was all so quick and pink. I mean, it was so quick, I couldn't think.
Hey, look at that dust cloud. It's so poofy. Poof.
Dai Li, where are you right now? You guys hit a few cactuses on your way to Ba Sing Se or something? Wherever you are, how do I get there?
Toph, come on!
No way am I going in that metal monster. I can't bend in there.
This is like the 5th time they've reminded people that Toph can't bend metal. I get that they need to keep reinforcing it to make the payoff work, but it's just funny knowing what eventually happens and seeing all these lines that are like, "Aw, shucks, can't metal bend. Yup, bending metal's something I'll never do."
Hi.
Dead. Killed. That is no longer a living man. Either his blood is frozen, he's suffocating, or he'll die of hypothermia, but regardless, Katara just created a corpse.
Coldest tea in Ba Sing Se is more like it. What a disgrace.
You blew it, Iroh. You goofed up. Cover's blown.
You and I have a much better chance of making it in the city if we stick together.
I can't stop staring at Iroh. I just want to see if I can catch him doing it.
Come on, we made a great team looting that captain's food. Think of all the good—
Oh, we just did it! Don't worry, Iroh. I'm drinking this one for you, buddy.
Have it your way.
That's awesome. I love that that's how Jet discovers their firebenders. And once again, I'd like to remind everybody that I'm pretty sure Jet's gonna die having never gotten confirmation on whether or not they actually are. I'm pretty sure the next 6 episodes consist of Jet becoming obsessed with exposing them as firebenders. Everybody thinking he's crazy, then he gets brainwashed, and then he dies disgraced because he never gets to prove that he wasn't nuts. What is this? What is this actual Dune shit? Why are they turning the rocks into mud? I don't know nearly enough about engineering or drills to know what's happening here. Danny, what do you mean you don't know what's happening? It's basic drills 101. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't take intro to drills in college. I was too busy trying to launch a YouTube career and kiss women.
Sokka, take a fighting stance. You've got to be quick and accurate. Hit a series of points and break your opponent's stance.
Hey, what was that about not having enough time, by the way? Aang just gave a 35-second long metaphor for what essentially boiled down to cut the braces a little and then I'll do the rest. I love the Earthbenders just dropping rocks on the drill. Bless their hearts. This is a good episode to show off the Fire Nation's, like, technological superiority over all the other nations, though. It's so cool, and it makes so much sense, too, why the Earthbenders are so far behind the Fire Nation technology-wise. Like, the Earth Kingdom wouldn't need to really develop a lot of technology. Like, transportation, they got down because they could just move Earth. We saw in Omashu, they have an earthbending-based, like, delivery system. Everything they need technology-wise is covered through earthbending. Firebenders don't really have that luxury, but they can create energy. They can burn coal, they can use electricity to power batteries, so it makes sense that they are the most technologically advanced nation. And also, it wouldn't be the air nomads because they're nomadic and they're monks. And it would make a little sense if the water tribes were sort of more ahead technologically, but they can also build structures like Earthbenders can, which we saw in the North Pole. So again, they don't really need to. The Fire Nation is the only one that needed to become this advanced.
It is the Avatar. And friends.
Hey.
Sokka, pick a woman. Either get with the feminist, get with the imperialist, or become a Wiccan and worship the moon. But you gotta pick one.
It's rock and water mixed together. It means our way out.
So I assume when the machine drills the wall, the rocks that it displaces get caught in the grooves of the drill. And so the machine needs to soften and then expel the dirt, otherwise it'll lock up the drill. Yeah, see, I did take Intro to Drills and launched a YouTube career. I lied about kissing women, though. Oh, get sludged, circus bitch!
Why don't you try blocking my chi now, circus freak?
Never mind, yours was better, Katara. Sorry for butting in. Can you imagine if a Katara was just like, get sludged, circus bitch? Just one episode of this show is PG-13 and none of the others are. Classic Katara line. Classic in-character Katara line.
The pressure will build up in the drill. Then when Aang delivers the final blow, it'll be ready to pop.
Poor Dai Li just caught in the goopy asshole of this drill right now.
This looks like a good spot, Momo.
What's the plan here? Like, do you think this is working? Has this stopped any amount of the drill?
Help me plug up this drain.
Poor Dai Li just begging for her life right now as these two girls sort of try to drown her in drill goop.
What I'd give to be a metal bender.
Yeah, but those don't exist, Aang. That's what you don't understand. And they'll never exist, idiot, because nobody can metal bend. There's like no reason he'd ever do this, but it'd be so funny if the general dropped a rock that almost hit Aang, and Aang was just like, you know what? Fuck this. And then just brought the wall down on Azula. Aang's just like, there, I fixed your problem. Just rebuild the wall. You got enough rocks for it, clearly. Oh, fucking parried, bitch! Do you hear her make a Sonic the Hedgehog noise? Oh, he looks like the kid from Fortnite. This is so sick. This is like one of my favorite moments in the whole show. Oh, the way he switches to running just because is so fucking cool. It's so sick. The first time I saw this, I remember launching out of my chair and actually cheering. If there were ever a moment in my life to spontaneously learn how to do a backflip, it would have been then.
What a handsome baby.
Thank you.
It's wild how there's a siege going on right now and everything's just like business as usual. I know why. We're about to find out in like 2 episodes, but it's still funny. It's crazy that this family was just like, all right, you guys got it from here. We're gonna go catch a train.
How about the Boomerang Squad? See, it's good because it's got Aang in it. Boomerang.
I kind of like that one.
Aang's just over here like, fuck. That's so good. Fuck, I love that. Sokka, you genius! Speaking of genius, you'll be one if you subscribe to my Patreon. Not my best, but it is my best content. I'm sure someone would say. Because on Patreon, you're getting exclusive reaction videos not found anywhere else. Reactions to Food Wars, Blue Lock, Hell's Paradise, and a few bonus reactions thrown in there as well. On top of that, you're also getting access to my private Discord server and access to all the live streams I've recorded in the past and will record in the future. If any of that sounds interesting to you and you want to help support my page and make sure I'm able to continue putting out as much content as I do, make sure you consider checking out my Patreon. The link will be below. And now, on to the next one.
Those guys are firebenders.
Y'all ready for like the scariest episode of the entire series? Y'all ready for the episode that got a whole generation of children to never trust the government? Or any adults for that matter? There's gotta be a better way. This simply cannot be the most efficient way to have an Earthbender-powered train. Can they not be inside the train? There's no reason to think they couldn't do this exact same job from inside the train car. This is like how grocery stores don't want to let their cashiers sit in chairs because they think it'll make them lazier for some reason.
Hey, don't jinx it. We could still be attacked by some giant exploding Fire Nation spoon. Or find out the city's been submerged in an ocean full of killer shrimp.
If Sokka had said we can still be attacked by some giant exploding Fire Nation man, he would have been so close to actually predicting their future. But you just had to be silly with it, didn't you, Sokka?
I'm just saying, weird stuff happens to us.
What? Put the weird music away. My boy's just trying to munch some corn. Nothing weird about a dude chowing down on a starch. Cool, hey, why did we get the fucking Courage the Cowardly Dog people to write this episode? What a crazy introduction that doesn't even begin to convey just how unsettling this woman is.
We need to talk to the king about the war. It's important.
You're in Ba Sing Se now. Everyone is safe here.
She's so good. She's so weird, but she's so good.
This is where our newest arrivals live, as well as our craftsmen and artisans, people that work with their hands.
Her dialogue is so well written. She's so good at politician speak. Like her trying to pitch these dangerous, impoverished slums as quaint and humble is so gross and unsettling.
Isn't history fascinating? Look, here's one of the oldest buildings in the Middle Ring, Town Hall.
Poor Judy over here desperately trying not to get executed just for acknowledging Sokka's existence.
This tea is nothing more than hot leaf juice.
Y'all ready for Iroh to Gordon Ramsay the fuck out of this place? You call this tea? I'm about to learn blood bending just to bend your ass out of employment. Dragon of the West? You're gonna see me be the dragon of your next paycheck if you don't turn this shit around. Every now and then I do a bit that just like reaches my absolute breathing capacity. And I always wonder if people notice.
Can we see the king now?
Oh no, one doesn't just pop in on the Earth King.
Sokka's like, I'm about to pop my thumb into your eye socket if you don't hurry this goddamn tour up.
And should be put through in about a month. Much more quickly than usual.
A month?
6 to 8 weeks, actually.
So not a month. At your quickest estimate, they won't see him even close to a month.
Oh, I won't get in the way. And to leave you alone would make me a bad host. Where shall we start?
Can I hit this bitch?
Where's the black market? Who runs it? Come on, you know.
This poor guy also trying not to get executed for simply acknowledging Sokka. Also, you guys are the worst undercover cops I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. But also, you think if I walked into an all pets club and was like, if I wanted to sell a stolen animal without anybody knowing, where would I go? You think someone would have an answer for me?
You should ask Professor Zay. He teaches the class on desert cultures. Right. And which of your professors could we ask about the war with the Fire Nation?
Do not have Sokka and Yuri Lowenthal engage in a conversation together. Are you stupid? You can't have these two men with identical voices talking to each other. That'd be like having Sokka talk to Robin from Teen Titans. This is the guy who plays Robin? Why do all three of these men sound exactly alike?
I don't know. I'm not a political science student.
So does this kid know about the war with the Fire Nation then? Like, I thought that the implication was that nobody within the Inner Rings knew about the war. But so is it just the Earth King? Because if it's just the Earth King, then like how? Just seems like a way harder secret to keep if everybody but one guy knows about it.
You can't mention the war here. And whatever you do, stay away from the Dai Li.
I cannot stress enough how cool this concept is? I've never seen this in any other, like, movie or show before. Like, a whole city just refusing to acknowledge that a war exists through sheer fear. A whole city legally enforcing that ignorance. Is this like a North Korea riff? Like, what part of history is this referencing?
Have you seen our spark rocks to heat up the water?
They're not there. You'll have to firebend, old man.
Nice, nice. Get pranked, you old gas bag.
Or his armadillo bear. Gopher bear?
Just bear.
This place is weird.
This is a funny bit and all, but does this mean that the Earth King bred the hybrid out of a whole species of bears? Like, was he just breeding platypus bears until there were no more platypus genes in them to create the ultimate super bear?
Fire! Ah!
Holy shit, is this the answer to the power system? Wait, what are the rules? This could end years of debates on which elements beat which.
I'm tired of waiting. These two men are firebenders!
Jet's plan to expose them as firebenders by attacking them in public is psychotic, but I kind of love it. I love Jet becoming obsessed with exposing these two specific firebenders to the point of it driving him mad, especially considering he somehow doesn't even know it's Zuko. He just knows they're firebenders. This could genuinely be two normal civilian firebenders who left the Fire Nation because they disagree with the war, and Jet wants them dead regardless.
He works in a tea shop.
He's a firebender, I'm telling you!
Drop your swords, boy. Nice and easy.
I also weirdly love these two random officers trying to de-escalate the situation. Like, they so didn't have to add that small little interaction, but it helps make the world feel more alive.
You want a show? I'll give you a show.
That's crazy, though. That'd be like you being at Starbucks, and then somebody comes up to you with a knife and is like, he's a terrorist! I know he is! And then you grabbing the gun out of the security guard's holster and fighting that guy. And then that security guard just being totally cool with it.
Do you think you could help us? Our family's inside, and I'm sure they're very worried.
I am honored. Please come with me.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, always nice seeing you show up and things.
Quiet! You don't know what I had to do to get seats this near the bear!
Was it worth the blowjob, you greasy politician?
Don't worry. As your escort, it would be dishonorable to abandon you ladies without finding your family first. We'll keep looking.
I love this guy. Long Feng is so good. I love that he immediately knows what's going on. Because why wouldn't he? Like, he knows that the Avatar and company are in Ba Sing Se and are desperate to see the Earth King. I like how the second he sees two girls trying to sneak into his party, he's like, that's them. Plus, he probably heard that the blind Beifong daughter is missing, so he probably knows it's Toph already, too.
Bet you wish he'd help you out with a little fire blast right now.
Really cool choreography going on right now, right? Like, what a sick fight nobody ever talks about.
I didn't know the Avatar would be here.
Terrifying. Just terrifying stuff. Why is Judy drawn like a character from Perfect Blue? Like, you can see every ounce of fear in every second it takes for that smile to drop.
Come with us, son.
Dude, the Dao Fei wearing rock gloves is some of the coolest shit this series has ever come up with. It's definitely a risky move, considering an earthbending opponent can just break your hands from a distance if they're strong enough, but still.
Let me go!
Like, so worth the broken hands, right?
You have to believe me, they're firebenders! They won't stop until they win the war!
This is the craziest thing the show has ever done. This is so fucking out of pocket. I can't believe what's about to happen. This is so dark.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
What are you talking about? Where do you think all the refugees come from? You can't hide it.
This is so weird. Them winter soldiering Jet is so insanely dark. It's just like extra creepy because it's such a weird, abstract method of hypnosis or brainwashing. Like, does this work? Was there ever a time period where people thought that, like, swinging a lantern in front of somebody could, like, erase their mind? It's just the fact that it's not your typical, like, swinging watch or, like, spiral that makes it extra unsettling. It's the rocks along his head. It's the fact that he's, like, bound all crazy. It's the weird lantern on a track. It's just such an uncomfortable scenario for, like, a child to witness.
What happened to Judy?
I'm Judy. I'll be your host as long as you're in our wonderful city.
Dude, this obliterated me as a kid. This scared the piss out of me. What a crazy end to the episode. What did happen to Judy? Is she dead? She's probably dead. And that is episode something and something, The Drill and the Secrets of Ba Sing Se of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Two of the best, I don't know though, there's so many good ones, because they're not better than Zuko alone, but they're really good ones. I love this specific episode. I love this episode. The Drill is such a cool boss fight of an episode. Season 2 so good. It's got such momentum. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Comment below your favorite jokes so I can make TikToks, YouTube shorts, blah, blah, blah. And I will see you next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little